moving towards the next example of the theory that we start in the previous video, component analysis approach. In the last video, we end up with here, John is neither poor nor rich. In these sentences, there are two contradictory words. Meaning is related to many different functions of language, and the meaning of words in the language are interrelated, and they are defined in part by their relation with other words in the language. Analysis in the same semantic domain, words can be classified according to shared and definitioning feature. Componential analysis of the meaning can be a useful approach in the study of meaning, particularly in determining the meaning of a lexeme. Although componential analysis has some difficulties and limitation in its application, it is still used in the modern linguistics. The componential analysis of a meaning is helpful in making conceptual and contrasting difference for understanding the meaning. So hello guys, I'm back with a most interesting topic, prototype. You guys seems and remain confused that why I should not place this introduction on the top, just because I skipped the last paragraph of the previous video. So I think that I should complete this paragraph first and then give the introduction and moving towards our new topic of this video. This is the prototype theory. So the prototype theory, the theory was introduced by the Rose in 1975 in order to explain how the semantic categories are represented in our mind. Prototype theory is a mode of graded categorization in cognitive science where some members of a category are more central than others. Prototype theory in the linguistic provides an explanation for the day word meaning are organized in the mind. It is argued that words are categorized on the basis of a whole range of typical features. For example, a prototypic bird has feathers, wings, a beak, and the ability to fly, and so on. Decisions about category memberships are then made by matching the features of a given concept against prototype. There is, in fact, a strong agreement about what counts as the best exemplar of a particular category. For example, most people consider chair to be the most typical instance or most typical example of a category furniture. Prototype theory suggests that many mental concepts we have are really prototypes. It has been useful in investigation into how concepts are formed and to what extent certain concepts can be considered universal or specific to a certain culture or language. A prototype is a person or an object which is considered by many people to be typical of its class or group. The prototype consists of prototypical features, which are attributes that are shared by most members, but by only a few non-members rows, therefore are able to differentiate between categories. A category is a set of attributes that we consider are characteristics of a group of people or objects, or a number of objects that are considered equivalent. The category plays an important role in our word recognition because it can serve as a basis of identification of an object, as a people often define a concept by reference to a typical instant. The mental representation of a prototype is formed on the basis of several factors. First, a prototype is defined often as on the basis of its appearance. The size, the color of or the shape of an object can influence whether they are considered as a typical instance of a category. Second, in some cases, it is important what the object is capable of doing. For example, one of the most important characteristics of a bird is that it can fly, and a feather flightless bird is often considered as less typical. Moreover, the uses of an object often influences our judgment about the typicality of the object. Finally, the frequency of the word also defined whether we consider it typical or not. As a bird that always sings outside our windows can be judged more typically than an exotic bird that we rarely encounter. All in all these characteristics influence our judgment of the typicality of the object with regards to certain category. So this is all the theory. This theory is basically proposed by the Rose in 1978, where we study the different object, different people on the basis of their association or the basis of their conceptual meaning. According to another aspect, two types of attributes can define a category. Ethics is distinguished between identification criteria and the stored knowledge. That is, the attribute that is essential to the identification of a concept and the attributes that we attach to the object through our learned knowledge of the world. In this respect, the impact of one's culture is of high importance as there is evidence that prototypes vary from language to language and from culture to culture. For instance, on the basis of its appearance, a bat could be categorized as a bird, but influenced by our knowledge we acquire in our biology lessons, we will more and most probably put the bat in the category of mammals. So this is the end of the video. I hope you like this video. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also take the screenshot of this so that you may have a better understanding regarding this topic. And if you have any question regarding this topic, do let me down comment in the comment box so that I will come with the most and the more detailed and explained version of this theory. Thank you so much for your watching.